Welcome to the Buff Show. Merry Christmas. Matt Buff, your host, and over there on the bridge, Jordan Buff. Merry Christmas, son.
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore, Dad.
That's why I've said it twice. Oh, it's Christmas time everywhere, but the liberals won't let you go anywhere. They say the virus is the Grinch, but we know they're all rich, and lockdowns don't bother them at all. Trump is still your president. Biden should be a nursing home resident. The Supreme Court should make it all right because cheating is not cool. So have a good night. So take your mask and shove it up your Merry Christmas. There you go, Jordan. I wrote that.
There you go. You spent time on that?
That, as you can tell, it took about 30 to 45 seconds to write. Not too long at all. But there's just a lot of weird stuff going on in 2020, of course. And now, you know, we've had 15 days to slow the spread, and it's going on 9 months now. So apparently masks are working really well, considering the cases are spiking everywhere. But keep in mind, kids, a case simply means you have tested maybe positive. 50% of the time you're positive. But the other time it's sniffles, maybe a little headache, maybe a little tasteless stuff. But in 99% of the cases, you guys will all be fine to live and open your presents on Christmas Day. There is medicines out there and the vaccines are coming. But it's funny about the vaccine, Jordan. The disease itself, the virus itself, has a 99% chance of recovery. But the vaccine has a 95% chance of saving you from it. So it seems like that other 4% would mean, why would you even take a vaccine?
There was no reason for any of this in the first place, but just release it so we can all, if that's an excuse to, end everything, then just release it.
That's an excellent point. An excuse to end everything. They keep moving the goalpost on this. We talked about the 15 days. Well, we just need 15 days to flatten the curve. Make sure hospitals aren't going to be overwhelmed. Okay, well, we did that. 15 days turned into 30 days. Maybe we should start wearing masks and practice more social distancing, which turned into maybe we should close bars and restaurants. And then that switched to maybe we should all stay home. And now, 9 months later, in left-wing states and cities, you have restaurant and bar owners just flabbergasted that they're not allowed to open their doors still. Not just restaurants, but hair salons everywhere else. They're just trying to keep, and they're only keeping the small business closed is what they're doing. And this is getting out of hand for a virus with a 99% recovery. So bad, a virus so bad you have to get tested to find out you have it. Unreal. Even Santa Claus has lost his mind, Jordan. A small Santa Claus hiding behind a plexiglass, so he's like Santa Claus in a jar. Who was that guy in Guardians of the Galaxy that kept collectibles?
The collector.
The collector. He looks like one of his prized projects. But what happened is, in the mall Santa, this kid came up to him, and this is a true story, asked him for a Nerf gun. And Santa said, no guns for you. You're not getting that for me. And he made the little boy cry. First of all, if that was my son, if that was you or one of your brothers, I would have went home or went out and got a paintball gun, came back and just lit him up with that paintball gun and the plexiglass too. You don't break a kid's spirit about a Nerf gun, liberal Santa Claus. But of course, Jordan, Santa Claus isn't real at this point. Do all your brothers know that?
I have no clue. I think you told Jake, but he still doesn't believe it.
One day these kids are going to call me a liar. But if Santa was real, think about it. First of all, he was created to replace, there was this old man in Europe that would go around and give presents to the homeless or to the poor kids. Maybe they were homeless. I don't know. But he would go around, and then Coca-Cola decided this was a pretty good branding tool, and so they created a Santa Claus for their products. And then the liberals said, you know what, this could replace Jesus Christ altogether. So they made Santa Claus the primary focus, and that's where you lead up to the movie Polar Express, where Santa Claus basically is God. So but we'll get to later in the show. We're going to get to our favorite movies, which is awesome. Our favorite Christmas movies. But so this Santa Claus tells this little kid that. But if Santa Claus was real, think about it. He's the perfect liberal. He works 1 to 2 days a year, and he spends the rest of the time sitting on his fat ass just judging everybody and then rejudging them again before he decides if they're good people or not. That sounds like pretty much somebody who would be on the left side of things. So, of course, he's a hero to the left, a fictitious character. And I don't know, Jordan, maybe it's time to retire the Santa Claus. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's just, for some reason, everybody chose Christmas to be commercialized, but I don't think it's going away anytime soon.
We should commercialize Ramadan, the Muslim holiday. Or commercialize something else. But, we don't touch things that we consider, as far as the left goes, we don't touch things that we consider to be holy religions. Christianity, you can beat up all you want to. I'm not trying to be cynical about it, all right? I'm not. I just think it's funny, and it's fun to make fun of. And Santa Claus at the mall, all right, weirdo, just take your $15 an hour and tell the kids what they want to hear. This is not time for some social speech on being woke feelings towards kids. Just if the kid wants a gosh dang Nerf gun, let the kid have a gosh dang Nerf gun. It's not you buying it anyway. It's me. You take credit, Santa Claus, for everything I do. So yes, Daddy will get you a Nerf gun. And Daddy has gotten all my kids a Nerf gun. And so, Santa, keep your mouth shut and quit making kids cry. It's like the Santa from A Christmas Story where he kicked him in the head, or Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. That's translating into real life now. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. So, Rudy Giuliani fell with the COVID, but he'll be out and back to full immunity, and hopefully he'll be joining that court case from Texas, where 10 states have joined, including the great state of Florida. We are part of this lawsuit. Basically, in a nutshell, people, this is our big chance to go before the Supreme Court, and they're suing Georgia. They're suing Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And what's happening in that lawsuit is saying that by cheating, you took away and you disenfranchised the people in our state. We've said it before on the show. If somebody in Atlanta cheats, and they put in fake ballots and throw away Trump ballots, then they took away our vote, our legal vote here in Florida. And when you sue another state for disenfranchising their people, that only goes to the Supreme Court. And these lower level courts, they always keep saying, we haven't won. But when you dismiss a case, you're not allowing the evidence to come in. So let's pray that the Supreme Court does the right thing, because this is it. If after this, Jordan, we might be faced with a Kamala Harris presidency if this doesn't work out, finding the fraud and getting it before a court.
No, that wouldn't be a good time. That wouldn't.
That would be a crappy time. Kamala Harris, the country's mine, even though the Democrat voters hated me. And Joe Biden's like, what do you want me to do? Just sit there, Joe, play with your blocks, and we'll let you know when you need to sign something. Let's go, Supreme Court, and do the right thing. You can't let 6 cities in America decide who's going to be president. Eric Swalwell, I mispronounced that. Eric Swalwell in California apparently is all wrapped up in the Chinese spy network. He was trying to date, if not dating, a Chinese spy who was a student, then came to work on the campaign. They got tons of videos and pictures of him with this girl. She got what she needed, and he's on the intelligence community, which is funny because he's not very intelligent at all. Eric Swalwell in the house. But then she got all the information she needed and went back to China. And you know what he said? Instead of saying, I'm sorry, he goes, it's Trump's fault. This is the wrong time to bring this up. The Democrat Party has been seized by the Chinese and their spy networks. There's pictures and everything. Hunter Biden, my God, that's another kid who got very wealthy from China and Russia and other places. This just never seems to matter to anybody. It never does. So Eric Swalwell will, just like every other Democrat, probably not see his day in court. Just they seem to get away with everything, but he has been compromised, and with his sensitive information that's been given to him, top secret information that only he should be seeing. Pillow talk with this girl gave China a lot of information, allegedly. We're going to go to break real quick and come back with our favorite and least favorite Christmas movies. You stay with us right here on The Buff Show.
Since 2012, Cellular Tronics has been providing Central Florida with the best phone repair and electronics repair. We fix all electronics from iPhone, Samsung, Sony, and many more. We also do TV repair and fix your tablets. Right now, you can get a glass back cover for the iPhone 8 to an iPhone X for only $95. iPhone 11 and up, back covers are only $120. We have 2 locations to serve you in Sanford and DeBary. Visit cellulartronics.com or call 407-302-3396. That's cellulartronics.com or 407-302-3396.
A boring website can make your company look really bad. Poor rankings on Google, Yahoo, and Bing means your company does not exist to thousands of monthly searchers. I'm not even on the front page. Come out of hiding with Jjc Marketing Solutions and get found to more and more new customers every day. At Jjc Marketing Solutions, they offer state-of-the-art website creation, Google SEO, PPC campaigns, and social media marketing that makes your company stand out. No need to go with those national companies that only care about you on the first call. Jjc Marketing is located right here in Sanford, and the goal is to help businesses like yours succeed. Get better results. Call 321-765-7710 or visit them at jjcmarketingsolutions.com.
I'm somebody now!
Jjc Marketing Solutions.
Action Plus Pressure Cleaning is the official pressure washing company of The Buff Show. While Matt's doing the dirty work on the show, Action Plus Pressure Washing has been doing the dirty work for the last 15 years in Central Florida. They use a soft wash system to clean pool enclosures, driveways, pool decks, houses, and commercial property. They even clean large and small parking lots and buildings.
Wow!
Action Plus offers other services such as lawn maintenance, one-time service to weekly service, mowing, weeding, edging, and trimming, and hauling away debris. You can get more than one service, and they offer bundle pricing. Check out their weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly services for lawn maintenance and ask about their free standard 2 driveway with house wash services. Family owned and operated. Get your free estimate at actionpluspressurecleaning.com or call 386-506-1048. That's 386-506-1048. Action Plus Pressure Cleaning. They aim to please.
Welcome back to The Buff Show. Ho, ho, ho. That time of year to watch movies. Christmas movies that you look forward to every year and you just can't wait to watch them. We're very excited because Jordan and I compiled a list of some of our favorites. I'll start, Jordan, with one, Scrooged with Bill Murray. It's my number 2 overall favorite Christmas movie. It's so unique, and my favorite line is when he goes, "We need champagne for 250 people, and get the stuff you give me." Not the stuff I give them. Scrooge is a winner.
So we're starting from the number 1?
No, I'm going to end with the number 1.
Oh, so that's your 10th?
I didn't put them in order, but that's my number 2.
That's your number 2? Okay, so we're just saying them. I'll start from number 10 then, since we're doing it like that. Elf, just because, it's Elf, and you gotta put it in top 10 just because it's so iconic, but not my favorite, but it's up there.
All right, so Elf, it did not make my list because I feel like what you just said is true. It feels like we have to watch it, and it's like, okay, Elf, but overall the movie is kind of corny, and it's dumb. It makes you think that elves are just retarded.
It's overplayed, but that's not its fault. Like, it's like a song. It's like it's like a good song that's overplayed, but it's not its fault that it's overplayed. That's what it's like.
What was the Riding in Town cowboy song?
Old Town Road.
That song is a great example. It was good the first few times, and then it completely, you can't even stand it anymore. So that's where you put Elf. Elf is Old Town Road.
Yeah, that's a good comparison for it.
Okay, good. All right, let me try to put these in order since you have my number 2 now. I'm going to go with Gremlins next. Christmas presents. Who needs a dog when you get a Mogwai? Mogwai? that little gizmo character that if you pour water on it turns into this hellish demon-looking. But this was all based on a Christmas present, so it's a Christmas movie.
If Gremlins is a Christmas movie, then so is Die Hard. It's so is Die Hard. Because we're going to talk about this. We'll just talk about it now, I guess. But we talked about it before about how you don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie because the meaning of the movie wasn't about Christmas. But neither is Gremlins. So
Gremlins, the meaning of Gremlins was a present. It has everything to do with Christmas. Don't give people the bad presents, the wrong presents. It could end up killing them or the whole town.
that doesn't make any sense. That's not. I could say diehards don't invite have better security on your Christmas parties. That's, I mean, it's if you want to, you can make it like that. But I mean, if Gremlins is on there, then Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I'll make the case that Die Hard 2 is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard 1. It is snowing the entire movie. The whole thing is on Christmas and about Christmas travel and people getting to their families, and they're being held hostage by some terrorists from, I guess, South Carolina. But they even end the movie with Merry Christmas, and everybody gets to go see their family. So I would give Die Hard 2 the more credential than I would Die Hard 1.
I mean, maybe, but Die Hard 1 was a better movie, so that's what I'm putting on my list. But for number 9 and number 8, since they're both, it's Home Alone 2 for number 9 and Home Alone 1 for number 8. They're classics, right? You also have to put those on there.
Well, don't let your brothers hear this, but I cannot stand the Home Alone movies. I mean, who really would forget a kid? I have 3 of them. We've never forgot one. They had 3, I guess, 3 kids in that movie, and they forgot one, and they did it, there's Home Alone 5. Did you guys know that there's 5 parts to that movie? Not with the same kid, but the same premise over and over and over again.
There are 2 Home Alone movies. Those are the only ones that count. I think if Macaulay Culkin isn't in the movie, then it doesn't count as a Home Alone movie.
All right, so do you have them in a row as both being that good to be on your top 10 list?
Yeah, no, Home Alone 2, 9, and Home Alone 1 is 8.
Okay. Then my next one will be Jim Carrey's The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So pucker up and kiss it, Whoville! Well done movie. It was the best Grinch movie. I mean, they made it look as humanly realistic as possible. And, it just teaches you don't judge people that don't look like you.
Yeah, next I got 7 is Die Hard, because, it is a Christmas movie. It's also really good. I completely forgot to put Scrooge on here, so I'm knocking off Elf, and I'm going to put that one after as well.
Ooh, big news. Elf removed from the list and Scrooge added to the list. Scrooge with Bill Murray, guys. Phenomenal movie. And so Jordan's got Die Hard there. My next one is Krampus, where one boy loses his Christmas spirit, and that cost the lives of everyone in his neighborhood. Everyone got thrown into this big hellfire lake, and their houses destroyed, and everything they owned was destroyed, and they were killed because a boy tore up his Christmas letter and lost his Christmas spirit. Very selfish boy, but Krampus represents the devil, I think, in that situation. So if you don't believe in Santa, you go to hell.
Yeah, Krampus is number 5 for me. The next one on the list is the Santa Claus, the one with God, what's his name? The guy who voices Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, Tim Allen.
Yeah, Tim Allen. That movie's pretty funny, and so yeah, that's number 6, and then Krampus is number 5 for me.
Okay, so we're right close to there on Krampus. Krampus, we couldn't decide whether Krampus was like a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie, but when we watched it again this year, it's definitely a Christmas movie. No question. Ready to keep moving along? Let's go to Trading Places, all right? Excellent Christmas movie. The movie's so good, you can watch it at other parts of the year and feel okay with it. Trading Places is awesome. Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. It's a great ending. It does happen on around Christmas. There's Christmas stuff everywhere in the movie, and it's about righting wrongs. People try to do experiments on you. You turn it around on them. How about Trading Places, Jordan?
Yeah, I forgot about that movie as well, but
What are you gonna bump for that one?
It doesn't feel. I would definitely bump it. It just doesn't feel like a Christmas movie, but I would definitely count it as one. So I'm bumping Home Alone 2. We're putting Trading Places on there. After that, though, I have Family Man.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, but yeah, Family Man. That's a really good one, and it's lighthearted, feel good. Great, enjoyable.
I love Family Man. I mean, what a messed up situation. This wealthy investment banker wakes up with a family and kids, and then he gets used to that, and then they take that away from him too. And so it leaves a hanger. We have a hanger, Sarge. It leaves a hanger at the end of the movie. You're not sure if they end up getting together, but one thing you know for sure, those kids are not there anymore.
Yeah, it's a really cool, nice outlook on the two ways of life. But so it's good, it's funny, lighthearted. And next on my list, I have Four Christmases. It's a really funny movie, and yeah, it's number 3 for me.
Four Christmases was the next one on my 2. I love the movie, the scenarios with all the families. There's a little touch of reality in it. Don't throw rocks when you live in a house of Joe. That's another great line from that movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon, and they try to avoid their families, and then they find out they actually love their families. But the church where they do the rock and roll music and everything, that's like the church today. So the really good movie, and they packed a lot in that one day. They packed a lot.
The church in that movie was funny because it's like an inside joke between me and you is like making fun of these like super commercialized churches, right? And like how like there's always these big shows and everything. Our church isn't really like that, but the one when we used to live in Kansas was kind of like that. So it was very reminded me of that.
That's one of my favorite scenes because it does remind me of that. We've been to churches like that, and it's kind of hard to really gather the meeting when the pastor comes out to an intro song, and then you have Joseph taking over the show. Swaddle this baby.
And then a rock cover of Silent Night, when that came on, that was really funny. But it's a really good movie. Next on my list, I have The Grinch, Jim Carrey, The Grinch. That's 1 second for me. Just funny, pure Christmas movie. Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. It's a good one.
I love that movie. I talked about it earlier. They did a really good job of portraying Whoville and a lot of funny little secret jokes in that movie. So well written, well done. The next one is Miracle on 34th Street. Insane man buys a couple a new house while trying to change the mind of a little girl who has common sense. That's Miracle on 34th Street.
I've never seen that one, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it because I'm not a big, super old movie guy. And I'll save my number 1 for later because I feel like we have the exact same number 1. But
save your number 1, and I'll go through these rest of these notables quickly because I think we do have the same number 1. Let's see. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a great one. Classic. Love that movie. 8 Crazy Nights. Adam Sandler. Boom, bada, bada, biddy, boom, boom. That's a good one. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Trying to figure out if that's a Halloween or Christmas movie. Let Christmas be Christmas. Let Halloween be Halloween. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Back when dentist meant gay. All right. That was a good one. A Charlie Brown Christmas, the only movie that talks about the real meaning of Christmas. Out of all these movies, that's the only one. Polar Express, the kids watch that on Christmas Eve, where that's the official takeover of Jesus.
That movie is like super ironically hilarious to me. The Polar Express with Tom Hanks, I don't know why I find it funny.
The music's really good. Hot, hot, hot. You got it. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really good music in that movie, but that's the Christmas Eve movie where Santa Claus is the end-all, be-all. And they did the elves and everything. Just a weird movie. The guy on top of the train with the hobo on top of the train. Very strange movie, and everybody was played by Tom Hanks in that movie. When I talked about the Christmas Carol, everybody was pretty much played by Jim Carrey. It's a budget cut, boys. I think that's it. Not a fan of the Home Alones, like I said. Meet the Coopers, and there's a new lesbian Christmas movie with that chick from Twilight, so not going to watch that one. I kind of go with the classics. And ready for number one, Jordan? You say it. Go ahead.
Love Actually. The greatest, not the greatest, just the greatest Christmas movie of all time. One of the greatest movies of all time, really, if we're being honest.
If we're being honest, it is one of the greatest movies of all time. Top 20, maybe even creeping in the top 15 all time. Definitely the 100% greatest Christmas movie. Let's talk about the line. I mean, just the storylines from that. Boy falls in love with a girl at school, so he wants to learn how to play the drums. We have a couple doing a porno together. They end up falling for each other, and they're really shy people. Hugh Grant, all right, it starts in the airport where people are really happy, and he said, if you look around, love actually is all around you. What a great movie. We have a British guy who wants to marry a girl from the ghetto, the country next door. Hugh Grant's the prime minister, and he puts America in his place. I mean, what's not to love about this movie? Don't forget Rick from Walking Dead with the signs, all right? The signs to Keira Knightley. Every major show in history, every greatest show, whether you're talking about Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, 300, characters were in this movie. Alan Rickman, the great Alec. You talked about Die Hard. Alan Rickman was the great bad guy in Die Hard and the great bad guy in Robin Hood. Awesome dude. He's wanting to bang his secretary in the movie. Just a great movie.
Yeah, the movie it's funny, it's iconic, it's feel good, and it's entertaining, right? And you know how both of our movie lists are kind of based off how entertaining a movie is, right? More than like the art or whatever of it, and it's just a great movie.
The movie starts with Bill Nighy singing the song, I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. And all throughout the movie, he is fantastic. He plays this burnout rock star that's going off against the Christmas #1 contest against this boy band. And it's just so much funny. And this movie came out right before we went full politically correct. They make fun of fat girls in the movie. They make fun of people who they think are weird. And they talk about the dodgy end of town. People ask me, where do you live in Sanford? I'm like, well, I don't live in the dodgy end. And they're like, what? I got that from that movie. It was in the transition between freedom of speech and political correctness. That movie was right on the border.
Yeah, it was one of the last good ones, you know. It was that one and A-Team were the last good movies to ever come out.
Yeah, everything else, you can't say queer and all that stuff anymore. Can't make fun of fat chicks anymore or fat dudes. But I tell you what, it's a great movie because the British guy decides to come to America to meet girls because he has trouble meeting girls in Britain, and he comes here and all the hottest actresses of all time meet him at a bar. It's pretty cool. Hottest actress at that time, not of all time, but at that time. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with a movie that has 7 to 8 phenomenal storylines happening in it. Pretty good stuff, Jordan. So our #1 is Love Actually. I feel it all around me. So Jordan, what a great list, man. Did you get your Christmas list together?
Yeah, I got all my stuff in there. Nothing crazy expensive this year, you know, because I'm starting to become aware of what it actually takes.
Well, we always appreciate that, and we appreciate you. Send us if we forgot a movie, put it here in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, but let's hear your favorite movie in the comments, and we'll see you soon on The Buff Show. Merry Christmas!